Am I here? I am here. I apologize. I'm a couple minutes late. This is me figuring out technology. Oh my goodness. So it is Wednesday, January 18th, and apologize that I'm late. If there's anyone here, just make a comment. Since I use it's a live stream, you'll have to make a comment for me to be able to see who's here. And tonight we're doing a meditation on January. And for me, this is like a still point. It is the still point of winter where everything just seems to. Hello, Bethany. I made it. Are you proud of me? I thought I forgot, right? Uh, so it is a happy Wednesday. So I'm Mykal Harp. I'm a master hypnotic coach and an intuitive energy healer. I essentially assist people of letting go of old paradigms so that they can move into freedom, abundance, and ascension. I also own Quantum Life, which is a metaphysical store in downtown Cary. It's also online, quantumlife.com. And just so everyone knows, we're having a sale this week because it's my birthday week. And what better way to celebrate my birthday than by giving away presents to others? I got over my birthday a long time ago. So I have been having specials throughout the week on social media. There's been daily winners, and then there's also 22% off anything that you buy in the store or online. So be sure to check that out. And I wanted to let everyone know of some upcoming events that we've got going on. Saturday, Mariella is having a master group session around freedom at 9:30 on Saturday. And if you go to quantumlife.com and go under events, there's a link to register for that. 5 p.m. on Saturday, we have a new moon in Aquarius event at the store. Nothing you have to register for that. You can just show up. It's very casual. You just kind of show up, and we have tarot card pulls and doing flying wish paper. Tuesday, January 24th, I'm going to be doing another live stream, and it's going to be just conversations. It's like coffee chat. We're just going to talk about metaphysical subjects. I get a lot of questions about ascension, energy, manifestation. And so I'm going to take some of the questions that I get and talk about them, but you're welcome to join us and ask questions if you have anything that you want to bring into the topic of discussion. So it's a really intriguing way to get another perspective that you can apply to your life in creating your perfect life. On February 8th, I have a dragon healing. And this is an event that, again, you'll have to register for. Just go to quantumlife.com and under events, and there's a link there. And February 11th, I'm really looking forward to this. You know, Valentine's Day always puts so much pressure on everybody, on whether you're a man or a woman, about being with somebody or finding the right gifts. We're going to take that pressure off. We are going to, it's not about finding a date other than to date yourself. It's about recognizing self-love. It's about recognizing that we are enough. We don't need somebody else to fulfill us, that just being us, we are perfectly fine, and learning how to accept that, to really dive into loving yourself. And so we're going to have a date. It's a solo night of love yourself, date yourself night. So again, that's a registration on the website. Oh my goodness, it has just been such a busy day. Go, go, go. I want to take a deep breath. And this morning, I want to share with this morning before we get into the meditation. Oh, my cats joined us. It was so cold today. I wanted to come home and do this. So everybody, you're all in my living room with my cat, Isabelli. She's going to help ground the energy, I guess, here for us tonight. So this morning I was on the same couch and I did a little meditation with my dragons. So I work with angelic energy as well as my own higher self, and as well as sorry, Bethany, you're so funny, because Bethany's saying this is the first time she's ever seen Izzy, and the funny part about that is that she's the one that takes care of Izzy if I am out of town. But Izzy is very shy, not camera shy apparently, but human shy. She does not come out on many occasions. So it's a special occasion for all of you to be able to see her. And she's settling down quite nicely. So she always wonders when I start talking, what's going on? Who are you talking to? What's going on? Anyway, so this morning I was sitting on this very couch and I did a meditation with my dragons this morning. And, every morning I just kind of say, hey, what's going on? What do you want me to know? And the message that I got this morning was peace. And I want to share what they wrote to me because I'll be honest, it's probably something that you have heard before. But when I really went into this, I realized that it's tough to live it. It's very tough to live it. So what they told me was peace. They say share, and I'm going to read this because I took notes. Share peace to all that you interact with. That is absolutely always my ideal, is to be able to do that. That's why I do these free events. It's why I do group events also, as well as my one-on-one. But the peace is really powerful when you can get into it. So they said, share peace to all that you interact with. Be at peace in your heart. Be at peace in your home, in your work. Peace can reside in all aspects and corners of your existence. Now, that's a big concept. I've got to go over point by point, but I want to be able to, I just need to read this first. So peace can reside in all aspects and corners of your existence. To receive peace, just become still. Listen to your heart for the answers and guidance you seek. Peace is quiet, and it can be hard to experience with an overactive mind. Peace is the opposite of control. Peace seeps into you quietly. It relaxes muscles, the breath evens, and stillness opens. To be at peace, you must set down everything else and just receive. To be in peace, you must relinquish the want to control. Oh, that's big words for me. I mean, I live this. I try to be authentic. I am very open with my life. I share as much of my own personal journey as I can because I think there is power in learning how somebody else is living this kind of life. And I want to be the example. And this hit home. It's like, to be in peace, you must relinquish the want to control. Now, I run 3 businesses. I'm busy. All right. I have a lot to do. And I know they were speaking this to me on purpose, because I'm always like, I got to go. I have so much to do. There's always things to be done. And they were like, give it up. Just relax. Take a breath. And, again, we hear this, but to really apply it, that can be tough. And I have to say, I kind of did that today, though. Like, I really did not work nearly as hard today. I had a very laid back today. I had a few sessions. I putted around in the office and I got some stuff done, but I did not beat myself up and make my endless list like I usually do. And what I will share is, I know that, I've always said to people all the time that our body and our emotional state is always giving us the evidence of where we are. And I felt very much at peace today. And it's one of the reasons I came home to do the meditation, because it was cold. I wanted somewhere cozy. I wanted something relaxed, and I wanted something peaceful. And for me, at this time of the night, it's just an opportunity to sit on a soft sofa with a soft kitten and relax into this experience of going into peace, going into relaxation, and into receiving. So I'm curious, does anyone else have a hard time with moving into peace and letting go of control? Does anyone else is this just me that has this problem? Because it's a big one for me. Letting go of control, quieting that monkey mind, and having complete faith that it's all going to work out. And that's really what they're pushing me to do for the last few months. And they're like, it's all fine. It's all fine. It's all going to be great. And in in my mental mind, I'm thinking about all the things that have to be done, all the projects, all the commitments. And it feels overwhelming sometimes. And they were like, just take a breath. So I'm taking a breath, and I love that we get to do this meditation here tonight. So tonight it is about January stillness reset meditation, which, like I was saying, January to me is this, oh, it's just a cold, but it's a peaceful time. Everything seems to slow down. And that coldness in the air just makes you want to settle down. It makes you want to sit down and get comfortable and grab a blanket and stay warm. And when I was thinking about what kind of meditation I wanted to do tonight, it came to me that we, as humans, again, we're so driven to do, right? Yeah, Bethany is saying control is tough to give up. She has to be mindful of what needs to be within her control and what doesn't. And I so get that, Bethany. Like, there are some things we can, affect change on, and there are some things you just need to let go of. What if you can affect change on it, but you still need to let go of the control of it? And that's my struggle. But for everyone, it's different. Every situation is different. So let's go into January's stillness meditation. And so I want you to get comfortable. I want you to grab a blanket. I have my warm tea. I have my cat. I have my pillows. I have some blankets. I am all cozy and ready to snuggle into relaxation. Yummy. So just close your eyes and let's go on a little journey. I want you to imagine being in a meadow. And this meadow is in the middle of winter. It's a meadow that obviously thrives during the summer and the spring and the fall, but right now it's very still. There might be edges of ice on the tip of the grasses. There might be a few trees around the edges of this meadow. There's a sharpness, a cleanness to the air in this meadow. And I want you to imagine you as a tree in that meadow. Now, when you think about the tree that you are in the meadow, imagine that just a few months ago you had lots and lots of leaves. You were all full and bushy and warm. And then the cooler days came and you started dropping leaves. And as those leaves fell, I want you to imagine that you are letting go of all the things that no longer serve you. And this is not a scary time. We humans, we always kind of worry about when we have to let go of things, but trees don't. Trees embrace the cold. They understand that there's a cycle. And just be that tree, feeling the colder and colder days, feeling it's almost like the leaves feel like they're just being pinched off. They disconnect, they float down into the ground to be recycled, to be used for other things. But as that tree, you just let it all go easily and effortlessly. You let those leaves fall. And as that tree, you can feel your deep, deep roots in the earth. They go down deep into the earth, reaching down even past the frost line. Going further and further down those roots go, allowing your roots to soak up nurturing energy from the earth, soaking up maybe the water and nutrients that you need. But those roots are what give you the strength. They give you solidarity. And those roots, as they spread out, you might even feel the roots of another tree that's, up beside you or a ways away. You might be able to touch roots upon roots. But for you, as that singular tree, as you let go of all those leaves, I want you to imagine letting go of everything that doesn't serve you in this lifetime. And it's not like you have to understand what that is right now. It's about just being willing and just saying to yourself that you're ready to let it go, to give that intention. Letting go and watching those leaves fall and maybe imagining the things that they represent. Maybe it's the worry. Maybe it's the need to try to keep up. Maybe it's responsibilities. I can actually feel the sense of relief as you just let everything fall away. And you let it go with a joyous heart, because as a tree, there's no worry, there's no concern. You're not worried about what might happen next. The tree is very much in this now moment. Be the tree in this now moment of realizing that you are safe, that this is a space where you are receiving the nurturing, the nourishment that you need. And those strong, strong roots are holding you strong, allowing you to stand tall. You feel the sun as it shines down on you. And you can receive that beautiful gift, that glowing energy that comes from the earth, from the sun into you. And you being the tree, you share this nurturing energy with the ground, with any bugs that might be crawling on you. Can you imagine? How cool is that? You're part of this ecosystem. And the leaves have all fallen away. And you're standing there tall in the brisk coolness of the winter day. And I want you to hear how quiet it is in this meadow. Yeah, there might be a few birds or chirping squirrels, but there is a peace here also. Whereas in the winter, in the summer, there's always activity. In the stillness of the winter, it becomes still and quiet. There's not as much movement. Everything seems to save its energy. And this is where we are right now, in this moment of stillness. This moment of stillness is also about being able to imagine moving past this point. That the days, now that we're past that December 20th, the days are getting longer. We're moving into springtime. These trees, they learn how to thrive and adjust to their environment. Think about how you can thrive and adjust to your environment. And sometimes it's just enough to breathe like the tree. The tree doesn't have any sense that it has to do something. And I want you to feel that there's no responsibility with this tree. You just are a tree. And as the tree, it's just about exploring the senses. Maybe the wind. You might be able to feel the wind on your bark, through your limbs. Maybe those squirrels are scrabbling up around on the limbs and checking you out, trying to find a warm place for themselves. You notice how the tree supports its environment, but it doesn't really do anything. And you can be that too. Sometimes we're always so much taught that we have to do these things to be of service. But you know what? It's just enough to be you. There isn't any one thing that you have to do. You just need to be you. This really comes first, more than anything, is learning how to express you as your authentic being. And then everything around you, just like the tree and everything around it, you become part of that ecosystem. And you all thrive together. You all support together. but it's a very much in the now. I want you to notice what else you might sense in this meadow and the tree. The tree's awareness is beyond the 3D. The tree can sense the energies. We tend to think the human to human is, they're both souled beings, and so that's who we interact with. It's not often we talk to the trees, but the trees talk to the other trees. The grass talks to the trees. Excuse me. What else as the tree are you communicating with? It's a fascinating ability for us to project ourselves into being a tree and to start to understand how they receive information differently, how they share it differently, they interact differently. And yet it's really not any different than whom and what we are. We just have a lot of distractions in this human realm. And it's one of the reasons they guided me to take you into this meadow, to spend just a few moments in this very peaceful way of life. There's no electronics. And in our world, family always tends to be a big responsibility and distraction. But a tree, they let their seeds or their cones go, and they don't hold any sense of responsibility of how that seed or that cone is going to grow up and find itself. And that could be true for us too. Yeah, I love that you're feeling into the tree, feeling the warmth from the sun. Very nice. Can you feel those roots in the ground? There's more than dirt down there. There's more than water down there. It's almost like nerve endings reaching out further and further, touching all different parts of the earth. The tree and the earth are communicating. And I want you to feel that this tree has no judgment. None whatsoever. If it's a good day, a sunny day, a raining day, a snowy day, the tree just hangs out in that environment and experiences it. There's no need to try to change it. The tree's okay with everything the way it is. How can you apply that to your life? How can you take the lessons of the tree and bring it into your life? What I'm feeling even from the tree that I'm interacting with is there's a great wisdom in this tree. This tree is old. It's been here for a long time. The experience that it's had has demonstrated to it over and over again that life will go on. It might not be, in our perspective, we tend to have preconceived ideas of how life should work out or the direction we want it to go, but the tree doesn't. The tree doesn't project itself, doesn't get upset with anything else, doesn't worry about tomorrow. And yet, change is inevitable. even for the tree. The tree eventually, maybe there's a really big storm that comes in the middle of this winter. And this tree is wounded. Maybe it falls over and gets cut off from that nurturing water and nutrients that it would get to normally survive with the green leaves the way that it's always known. But the tree doesn't care. And so I want you to feel into that you can have this life-altering moment where you fall down, and instead of getting the nutrients from those roots, from those leaves, from the sun, all of a sudden your form changes. Well, I shouldn't say all of a sudden, because it's not sudden, it's gradual. But that tree still has just as much worth in the balance of life as it does in this state as it did standing tall. Now, as the tree is laying on its side, laying on the ground, disconnected from, like I said, the nourishing water and nutrients that was keeping it alive, the leaves that helped it convert energy from the sun. Now, as it's lying on the ground, it's now providing the energy for all the insects and all the animals. Maybe it's being a place for the animals to come and hide or live. Maybe it gives them the nourishment it needs. The decay starts, and decay is amazing because decay is just another stage of life. You have to remember, life never ends. Energy doesn't die. It can change, though. And that's okay. It's okay for the energy to change. It would get really boring if we all just stayed the same forever. And the trees know this too. They welcome this shift of how they provide, that they're now providing in a different way than they ever have before. Yet they're still providing. And feel the peace in that tree. It's an amazing thing. Peace is definitely the theme today. Feel the peace in that tree. No matter whether it was standing tall or whether it's laying down on the ground, it's peace. And as it starts to disintegrate, as it starts kind of melting into the ground, and I know this takes time, and all the bugs start eating on it, and it's just a gradual process of it decaying away. But it's feeding everything around it. It's nurturing everything around it. And it does gladly. And eventually this tree just continues decaying. And you know how trees get, the more they decay, the softer they become. The slightest little thing allows them to just kind of collapse and fall deeper into the earth. And I'm going to just fast forward time and allow this to continue, this process of decaying. Because as it decays, as it goes into the earth, as its energy is distributed to all these living beings around it, it has nurtured this whole new generation. And even though the tree is just melting in the ground, disappearing, it's okay because the energy continues. And so you, as that tree, I want you to imagine, what does your energy do next? Does it stay in the ground? Does it disperse to all these different little pieces that have, taken it with it? Like maybe an ant took a piece, maybe a bird took a piece, digging it out. The worms chew it up so it can become dirt? Or does you, as that energy being that you are, eventually just float up, and return back to source? How cool would that be that you could just float up, back up, leaving behind that beautiful experience of having been a tree and returning to source, to your true self, and looking back on that experience. And every time that we have an experience, we kind of rehash it. We go, at the soul level, when we return, we go, wow, what did we learn in that process? And so I want you to think about that, whether it's about the tree or about your current life. What are you learning here? You don't need to question anything that comes to mind either. Just accept it. Accept whatever comes up for you. Now you are in this perspective of being your soul and going, wow, what should I do next? What could I do next? And maybe you look at those humans down on the earth and you go, wow, I really want to be a human, I think. I know it's not easy, because the human experience is not easy, but the amount of shift and enhancement to my soul that I could achieve by doing this, I want to do that. And so now I want you to reflect on your current life about, if there had been a time where you were contemplating on coming to Earth and setting up the situation of your current existence. Why do you suppose you did that? What was there for you to learn, for you to have a purpose in this life? You don't have to overthink this question either, because remember, sometimes, just like the tree, your purpose is just to be here, to express yourself, to be authentic, just like the tree was and is, to share your energy, to give and to take. And just like the tree always kind of had to look out for itself. Like trees will fight over trying to get the right amount of light, right? And they don't feel guilty about, if another tree doesn't make it, because they know that energy doesn't die, it just transitions. What would be the simple purpose of your existence right now, of this lifetime? And I'm even curious if you think that's a hard question or an easy question. Has life felt hard or easy? Is it easy to comprehend, or is it tough to understand? And you can contemplate these things and just breathe in and then let the air out. Just like you let go of all those leaves as a tree. What you need to know will come to you. Maybe it's not even in this moment, maybe it is. But maybe something will come to you in a day or two, just out of the blue. Allow yourself to feel, into this lifetime. This lifetime is important. It is powerful. It is a time to heal. It is a time to heal in ways and layers, more so than any other lifetime. And it's why it feels so important, because it is important. But that doesn't mean that we have to put too much pressure on ourselves. The trick is to be the tree, to find the peace, to be in the moment, to exist as ourselves without thinking we have to please somebody else. Tree doesn't care about the squirrels, the raccoons. The tree just is the tree. And you get to just be you. And you being you is the perfect you. You learning how to love yourself and accept yourself is the ideal you. When you love, accept yourself, it's so much easier to love and accept everyone else. We're always the toughest on ourselves. So here you are in your soul existence, getting ready to come down here, and you've decided to have this lifetime. And you did it on purpose. And I work with a lot of clients that just really struggle being here right now. And I want you to just imagine letting those leaves fall away about how tough it is. And this is what my team, my spiritual team, are always telling me. It doesn't have to be tough. We make it tough on ourselves. And a lot of it has to do with stuff that's not about this lifetime. It's stuff that we carry through lifetimes. It's stuff that we carry from our ancestral lines. It's not about judging yourself. It's just about recognizing that it might be time to heal. And if that's the case, I want you to breathe in unconditional love and acceptance. And accept it for yourself with no resistance. Such an easy statement to say. But I want you to really take a moment to breathe in unconditional love and acceptance from your spiritual team, from yourself, with no resistance. Breathing in unconditional love and releasing everything else. Now my team, they like me to use light language to assist people in shifting their energy. And so this light language is going to be very specific to those who are in attendance, whether it's now or who listen to this later. But this is very specifically meant for you. The light language bypasses the brain's need to try to understand something because it's not in English. It's a different foreign language. And it's about the frequencies and the codes that come through my voice more than what I'm actually saying. So as I do the light language, just receive it and notice what you might feel physically or emotionally as this light language interacts with your energy field. Olomoko amahama e alohoma e alahomo o e alahamia kosi ya kelakodomoko e ya homoko E aha mako homo kasi. Aha la homo. Omakala hakasiki ia la mako. E makakare kisi ano moko. Okoloka la maha kia kosukoma. Emeki ilamo uma amala e enisiki. Inama okolo moko sokoma. Emeki kikiti si ala. Eke ma hono moko sihihi. E mananono manatisi alake. Ekehe aho o makahe. Ala kehe hiki ala koso onomo amahi. O kolomo tosisi emeki inimi anamono o mokosi. Eke si ala kolo makaha hiki iki anamoko. Ono o moa. Ekehe ama. O a I. Ikiksi ala koho ama. Remember that this lifetime is the most important lifetime. It's the lifetime that we are living now. There is great purpose in this lifetime, and it mostly revolves about letting go and healing from the past. We come in with perfection because we are perfect. And that's not about ego. That is about realizing that we come from divine source, that we are sovereign beings. And so I'm going to ask you to receive that, to move forward in your sovereignty, in full healing, acknowledging yourself and finding peace. Namaste. I want to thank everyone who's here tonight, who listens to this message. I want to thank Carol. Carol, I love how you commented that the trees feels warm from the sun. Was there anything else that you noticed as you went through this meditation? Any other insights or self-realizations that you might have noticed? For Bethany, she is, when we were talking about purpose of being in this lifetime, she's saying that, she feels like her purpose was to learn how to heal so that she can help others learn how to heal too. And she took on a big role, and she is doing everyone, especially herself, very proud in how far she's come. It is not always easy when you're in the darkest of nights to realize that it's in many ways an illusion. It's a box that you're in. But the box has been made out of not preconceived, but ideas and beliefs that have been given to you that go against your own inner intuition. And to break free of that is tough. It's not something our society really teaches people, but it can be done. And for those of you who persevere and really go out into the world and look for different ways of doing things, it's the most empowering thing you'll ever be able to do for yourself, to set yourself free, to heal yourself, and especially be the example to others. So yeah, Bethany, I do believe that you are here to help others heal and be that demonstration. I just looked at I have this little clock and it says live and it said 44:44. Gotta love those metaphysical numbers, angelic numbers. Perfect timing. Another confirmation for you, Bethany. All right. Any other questions or comments? Oh, I'm certainly relaxed. And did you notice how I was doing the light language? Isabel got very, it's so funny because I'm talking, but when I start doing light language, she is like, whoa, she gets even more curious about what's going on. It really settles. And I'm curious if anyone could feel how it affected your energy field or even your physical sensations. I get a lot of comments that people feel it in the third eye as well as the crown chakra. For me, I have almost a whole body sensation. It's like my auric field just starts tingling, little sparkles everywhere. But I was just curious if anyone else feels that, because it's always helpful. We all feel things differently. We all perceive things differently. So for those who perceive and feel the same way as you, it's always nice to get the confirmation. I remember when I first started down this journey decades ago, I always had a hard time meditating because whenever I would sit up, I could never sit still. I get pushed around by the energy so much. And I was like, does anyone else have this problem? This was before the internet, guys, so you couldn't just Google it. And it was just, I felt alone in that. Is really why I wanted to share that with you, because we often feel alone on this journey. We wonder if what is happening to us is also happening to others. But I want you to know that you are not alone. And thank you for coming. I am going to finish this up and feed the cat, who is hungry and wanting to know why I'm not taking care of her needs. So namaste. Don't forget about those upcoming events at Quantum Life. We're still 22% off at the store and online through the end of this week till Friday. Yeah. Let's see. We got a thank you from Carol. Thank you so much, Carol. We so appreciate you coming in today and spending time with us. And is that a cat that I saw? I'm sorry, went back. I can't see it quite big enough, but it almost looks like a black cat. I'm not sure if it is or not, though. I'd say let's set up a kitty date, but my cat won't get near other people, let alone other animals. And Bethany says, thank you too. You guys are so welcome. Absolutely. This is such a pleasure. And stay tuned. We're going to have, we're just going to consistently show up here and present whatever comes up. This is, about sharing our journey together so that we don't feel alone. With that, namaste.